Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Gemma and I upload videos about bullet journaling, stationery and everything in between. If you're not new and you're a subscriber already, then stay tuned because in this video I want to talk to you about the Scribbles That Matter journal. This journal was my notebook of choice for the entire of 2018. I bought this journal on the 30th of December 2017. Let's start with some of the details about this notebook. So number one, I bought this on Amazon. Number two, I bought it for £16.99 here in the UK, which I have wrote down that that's $21.85 if you're in the US, and it's €19.06 if you're within Europe. Sorry to anybody else with a different currency, I got bored. So it's a mid-priced journal, but I'm telling you, it's probably the best journal I've had to date. Oh, I've started big. So let's go through the bio for this little bad boy. It's an A5 dotted journal. It's got a hard cover to it. I've got the iconic version, and the only difference, if you're wondering, between the iconic and the pro version that they do is just these little embossed doodles that are on the front and the back. The pro version doesn't have that, so it's much more adult looking, some say boring. So that's the only difference. It has got the lay flat binding so you can open it up and take photos if that's your thing. It does have 100 GSM weighted paper, which is a pretty decent standard for journal paper, and it's also got a sheen, it's got a coating. I don't know the technical name for that, but it's got a sheen. So your normal printer paper is quite porous, it hasn't got any coating on, so when you lay ink down, that paper's going to suck that ink up, and that's where you get your bleeding and your ghosting because the inks just fell straight through the page underneath. This journal has a coating on it, so each of the pages has a bit of a sheen to it, which means that when you lay ink, it stays on top of the paper and there's some ghosting. I've had some ghosting in it, not too many bleed throughs, but that sheen coating just helps the ink stay on the top layer of the paper. If you are a bullet journaler and you like to be creative and add colour, then you know that ghosting and bleed throughs is the worst. The absolute worst. Some other little credits to this journal. It has your elastic binding, it has a pen loop, it has 2 ribbon markers. It does have an expandable pocket at the back, so if you're into stickers or love notes, I don't use it. I've never used it, so it's stuck shut. There you go. So it's got the expandable pocket in the back. So it has 201 pages. If you're a daily bullet journaler or a daily planner, I'm not sure how long this will last you. I do monthlies and weeklies, and I managed to make it last an entire year, and there is a flip through of me using this journal for the whole year, so every page, and I will link that up in the sky. That should come up on your screen. So let's get into the things that I love about this notebook. Number one, the build quality of it has been brilliant. I've used it every day for 12 months, 365 days of the year. It's not frayed, it's not started to disintegrate on me, so that's good. I've had this thing in the bottom of my bag. It really has held up really nicely, and I think if you're going to spend something on a journal and you're going to invest all of your time and your effort into it, you want it to last, right? You want it to last. So I'm really impressed with that. I think one of the best things about this journal for me has been the page. It has been the quality of the paper. I use lots of water-based marker pens, like felt tip pens, and in most of the journals I've had bleed throughs and ghosting coming out of my ear rolls, and that's just the nature of adding ink onto paper. This little bad boy has done brilliantly. I've had very minimal ghosting. If I have had ghosting, it's been with the darker, richer colours, so your blues, purples, greens. I'm kind of expecting that with darker colours, and if it's just ghosting, then I can think of a way of fixing that, because on the reverse of the page, what I usually do if I have ghosting is to add more ink over the top of a similar colour. So that way your eye then gets distracted and it kind of covers the ghosting. Similar with bleed throughs, but I think I've had one or two in the entire notebook for Scribbles That Matter. That's definitely a bonus. So I definitely would recommend, if you're somebody that uses ink in your journal, then a Scribbles That Matter will do you well. Another thing that I love about the Scribbles That Matter journal, again, is that glossy texture of the paper. It's really lovely to write on, and it's really nice to draw on. It doesn't feel scratchy, and you can go over. Now this is, if you're colouring in person, you can go over with one layer of ink, and then you can go over again. It doesn't eat the pages up. It doesn't bleed through unless you're, really heavy with the colour. And then the last thing that I really do like about the Scribbles That Matter journal is that it comes with the key and the index already pre-printed. Hurrah! I had a moleskin for my first journal, and it didn't have any of that in it. I never really set it up because I'm lazy. So this journal, when it turned up and it's got the key, the index, all of it pre-printed for me, winner, because then I just have to go in with my future log and my birthdays and anniversary spread that I use, and I'm good to go. So that was brilliant. With that being said, I've talked you through some of the things that I've loved about this journal. Let's talk about some of the things that possibly they could do a little bit better. The couple of improvements that I would like to see in the journal, the way that it's stitched and put together. I will do a close-up of this. Probably 4 or 5 pages in the whole journal. That glue, because it's stitched in sections. The glue that then puts those sections together to make the whole notebook. On 4 or 5 pages, the glue just over eggs the page, so it just comes out a little bit further from the binding. So then when you open up that page, it doesn't lay flat because the pages are just a little bit glued together, a little bit more than the rest. So when you open it up, you then have to sort of make a new fold where that glue stops, and then one of the pages is a little bit shorter than the pages behind it. So if you've got a big heavy doodle on the page before, when you lay it flat, you're going to see that previous doodle. So that's a tiny niggle. I think that's not Scribbles That Matter. I think that's a manufacturing of the notebook. It's honestly the smallest gripe. I feel like I'm nitpicking and being really mean. Another thing with the Scribbles That Matter journal is the cover. So the cover's really lovely. It's a faux leather. It's not a real leather, and it's got a bit of plushiness to it. This is not a niggle. This is not a problem with the journal. It's an observation, and I feel like I should give you my observations. If you're using pencil and then rubbing it out, the rubber tends to stick to the journal. So it looks like it's dirty. It's got like, I don't know if you've ever played basketball, but if your shoes slide on the court, the rubber gets left behind on the court. That happens with this journal. So every now and then you'll need to get a little baby wipe and just give it a little zhuzh, it to come off. It comes off, it doesn't affect the journal. I mean, I've cleaned this lots of times. But it's just something to be aware of. So I've got a grubby notebook. That's not attractive. Overall, if I had to give it 5 stars, I'd probably give it 4.9. I loved the journal, and I think you would love the journal too. It's really nice to draw in, to write in. When it first turns up, it comes in a sort of plastic cover to protect it, so Scribbles That Matter love their journal because they don't want you to receive it in any other way than perfect. So I would thoroughly recommend it. I've had it for a year. I've loved it. It's been my best journal to date. I've had 4 now. This one is definitely winning. Did I buy the Scribbles That Matter journal again? No. But not because I wouldn't. I absolutely would, and I almost did. The only reason I've not bought another one and I've switched to a Dingbats journal is purely because I want to try all the journals. I started with the moleskin, I've had a Nuna, a Scribbles That Matter, a Dingbats. I want to try them all because I want to be absolutely sure that there is the perfect notebook for me out there. This one's winning. This one is the one that I think I love it. I think I love it more than any other journal. And that's it for this video, guys. That's my review on the Scribbles That Matter A5 dotted journal. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed reviews. Let me know if this is something you want to see more of on my channel. Clearly I'm building up a stash of stuff that I can review for you, and absolutely would love to. If you're not already subscribed, then do press the button and the bell, because then you'll know when I upload. I have on my channel said that I upload twice a week. I'm starting to try 3 times a week. I'm going for it. So 3 times a week, uploading about stationery, bullet journaling, doodling, tutorials, reviews. That's the plan for 2019. So if you did like this video, give it a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments about your journey with Scribbles That Matter. And as always, guys, take care, and I will see you soon. Bye.